Hey, yo, what is up, everybody? It's your boy Blind Metal Gamer in the building once again with some more professional wrestling news. And today it's a bit of a sad news story as we all have learned of the passing of wrestler Sid Udy, aka Sid Vicious, Sid or Psycho Sid. He was big in the WWF, WCW, the NWA, Jim Crockett Promotions. He competed in ECW for a bit, the USWA for a bit. He was in, I believe, the early stages of TNA. I'm not for sure though. But I know he did compete in WWF, WCW, NWA when WCW was JCP, USWA, and the WWF/WWE as well as ECW. Now, as far as me and my memories with Sid Vicious as a wrestler, I never got to meet him. You know, I heard a lot about him. I heard a lot about how intense he was. My experiences with Sid was what I would watch on TV or listen to on TV, his promo work, his in ring work. I remember that evil laugh. I can't do it exactly, but his evil laugh, his intense promo style, his power bomb. He was famous for the power bomb, just going in, wrecking guys, and just putting them on stretchers with power bombs. I remember he feuded alongside the late great Big Van Vader with Sting and the British Bulldog Davey Boy Smith in ECW. They were the masters of the power bomb. Sid also did some solo work with wrestlers like Cactus Jack, Sting, and many others to name a few. When he was in WWF in the early 90s, they billed him as Sid Justice, not Sid Vicious, but he was Sid Justice. He was a face. He was one of Hulk Hogan's allies, and then they turned him heel at SummerSlam 91 when he was the special referee in the match made in Hell match. When at the very end of that, Sid turned on Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior and sided with Sergeant Slaughter, Colonel Mustafa, and General Agnon. And, you know, that was just wow. Um, and he just so many great memories. I mean, he passed away of cancer. Nobody knew he was battling cancer, and no one knew he was dealing with that because he was a very private individual. He didn't make many public appearances. If he did, I didn't know about him. I don't think he was on social media. His son, Gunnar Udy, basically did a statement and shared basically that he had passed and memorial service info will come soon. And he wants everyone to keep the family in their thoughts and prayers. This is just heartbreaking. Another legend gone in the world of pro wrestling. And we just recently lost Alpha and Sika, the Wild Samoans. So that was one thing that really, just another legend gone in 2024. I mean, just wow. I mean, last year we lost just bang, bang. We lost Terry Funk, and then a day later we lost Bray Wyatt. So it's literally been a year since they passed, and then 2 days after Bray dies, and 3 days after Terry passes, we lose Sid Vicious. So unfortunately, Sid Vicious, Sid Udy, aged 63, born 1960 to 2024, passes away due to, cancer doing its thing. So I wanted to just get on here and share my memories of Sid as a fan of wrestling. And WWE, if you're watching this, if Triple H is watching this, or whoever's in the Hall of Fame committee or whatever is watching this, I have a request as a fan, as a professional wrestling fan. Okay? Sid Vicious, Sid Udy, needs to be inducted in the 2025 Hall of Fame. He needs to be honored. His contributions to the world of professional wrestling need to be honored. he won the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. He may have been WWF Intercontinental or WWF Champion, I'm not sure which. But I know when WWF, he teamed with the 123 Kid, Sean Waltman. Um, he was a part of the Million Dollar Corporation. He was Shawn Michaels' bodyguard for a time after he booted out Diesel. And then when Sid turned on Shawn Michaels, he basically powerbombed Shawn. That was a very good angle there to set up the feud between Shawn Michaels and Sid. Um, but there's so many great memories. I would say if you haven't done so, all you younger fans, if you don't have Peacock Premium Plus, go to YouTube, go here on YouTube, look up Sid Vicious wrestling matches, and I'm sure you will find a plethora of great Sid Vicious classics from his time in the NWA, WCW. He was a part of the Four Horsemen in NWA in the early parts of WCW. He was their big muscle man back in the late 80s and early 90s. And I remember just when he was in ECW in 1999, he feuded with the Dudleys, Judge Jeff Jones at Anarchy Rules. 1999 came out and told the world he had a surprise. He had something that was going to change ECW forever. And then he brought out Sid, the monster, the beast, the man that ruled the world in professional wrestling. And what happens? The Dudley boys called him out, mocked Sid, and what do they get for their troubles? They got squashed like a couple of jabronis, and they got power bombed, and they got taken out by the man, Sid Vicious himself. Sadly, his ECW run didn't last very long. That would have been interesting to see what he would have been able to accomplish in ECW again, and then in the USWA, he wrestled for them too. I believe he was the Christmas creature. I think. Don't quote me on that. But I know he did wrestle in the USWA as a heel, and I know when I would be watching him wrestling, his most effective work was as a heel competitor. And my God, the promos, the in-ring work, you know, Sid versus Goldberg. I would say, he was okay as a babyface, but I would say his most effective in-ring work was as a monster heel. So, with that being said, this has just been me kind of reminiscing on Sid Vicious, my favorite memories. As a fan, RIP Sid, you will be missed, and hopefully you will be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame as part of the class of 2025. So, with that being said, feel free to share your memories of Sid in the comment section below. Let's have a conversation. Let's discuss our favorite Sid memories. And hell, if you haven't done so, go watch some matches of Sid. I remember, War Games of 1991. That was a good match with Sid. Sid Vicious versus Chris Benoit. He didn't win that match, but it was a good match. Like I said, Sid versus Goldberg. Sid, any of his WWE work, his ECW work, his USWA work, his Jim Crockett Promotions work. Just a lot of great work to watch or listen to in my case. If you can't see, you can always listen to it. It's always, commentated and described. But yeah, go check out some Sid Vicious matches, and if you haven't done so, watch or listen to his promo work. It is great. Good stuff. So, with that being said, RIP Sid, 1960 to 2023. Your legacy to pro wrestling will always be remembered, and you will always, in my eyes and every fan's eyes, be the master and ruler of the world. RIP Sid, you will be missed. Godspeed, big man.